Welcome! Today, we are diving deep into the core principles of Stoic philosophy and exploring how they can be used to transform your life. Stoicism is far more than an ancient philosophical framework. It's a powerful, practical guide for dealing with the challenges we face today. By training our minds to handle adversity more effectively, Stoicism helps us develop mental and emotional resilience, enabling us to make wiser decisions, manage stress, and find emotional balance. Ultimately, these tools can help us lead more fulfilling lives in a chaotic world. At its heart, Stoicism teaches that while we can't control the external world, we do have control over our reactions to it. This idea of self-mastery gives us incredible freedom and power. When we understand how to manage our thoughts and emotions, we become better equipped to navigate life's inevitable obstacles. In this article, we'll explore 7 practical ways to apply Stoic principles to our everyday experiences, allowing us to not just survive, but thrive in the face of challenges. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is at the core of Stoic practice, but it goes beyond simply being present or paying attention. In Stoicism, mindfulness is about cultivating deep self-awareness, acknowledging and understanding your thoughts, emotions, and responses in an objective, non-judgmental way. It isn't about avoiding emotions, but rather about recognizing and observing them without letting them control your actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, regularly practiced reflection, evaluating his thoughts and actions to see where he succeeded in embodying Stoic virtues and where he fell short. This kind of mindfulness helps you recognize emotional triggers before they escalate, enabling you to intervene and choose a more measured response. For example, imagine you're in the middle of a heated conversation and you feel yourself getting angry. Mindfulness allows you to pause, take a step back, and observe your thoughts. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose to respond thoughtfully. In this moment, Stoicism helps you remain in control, not ruled by your emotional impulses. Over time, this practice builds a mental habit of reflection and awareness, which leads to greater emotional stability. You can practice mindfulness anytime, whether you're walking, working, or interacting with others, and in doing so, strengthen your mental clarity and Stoic tranquility. To incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine, try keeping a Stoic journal. At the end of each day, write down moments where you were emotionally triggered and how you responded. Ask yourself if your reaction was aligned with your Stoic principles. Over time, this practice strengthens your awareness and makes mindfulness a natural part of your life. 2. Challenge negative thoughts. One of the most potent tools Stoicism offers is the ability to challenge negative thoughts. The Stoics believed that suffering arises not from external events, but from how we interpret them. In essence, it's not the situation itself that disturbs us, but the judgment we attach to it. Much of the stress, anxiety, and negativity we feel stems from the way we think about the world. Stoicism teaches that we should never accept negative thoughts at face value. Instead, we should question their validity. When faced with a negative thought, whether it's about your abilities, your relationships, or your circumstances, pause and analyze it. Ask yourself, is this thought truly accurate? Is it based on facts, or am I making assumptions? What evidence do I have to support this belief? And how would I feel if I viewed it differently? By consistently challenging negative thoughts, we train our minds to think more objectively, leading to greater clarity. For instance, if you find yourself thinking, "I can never do this," challenge that thought by asking, "What evidence do I have for this belief? Have I succeeded in similar situations before? What steps can I take now to move forward?" This practice not only builds mental resilience, but also transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth. As you replace negative thought patterns with rational, constructive ones, you become more confident, less anxious, and better equipped to handle adversity. Another helpful technique is to keep track of patterns in your negative thinking. Do certain triggers cause the same unproductive thoughts to arise? By identifying these patterns, you can better prepare yourself to challenge them when they occur. Over time, challenging your negative thoughts will become a mental reflex that makes you more emotionally resilient and self-assured. 3. Embrace visualization techniques. Visualization is a key technique within Stoicism, especially the practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. The Stoics believed that by imagining potential obstacles in advance, we prepare ourselves mentally for life's inevitable challenges. While this might initially seem counterintuitive, why focus on negative outcomes? The goal isn't to dwell on negativity, but to reduce fear and anxiety by mentally preparing for difficulties. The idea behind visualization is that by imagining worst-case scenarios, we can rehearse our responses calmly and effectively. This helps to reduce the anxiety of the unknown and strengthens our resolve when faced with challenges. You aren't focusing on failure, but rather on how to respond wisely, no matter what happens. For example, imagine preparing for an important meeting. Before the event, you visualize various challenges, difficult questions, technical issues, interruptions, and mentally rehearse how you would handle each one. By doing so, you reduce anxiety and increase your confidence, ensuring that you can handle any obstacles with grace and composure. Visualization can also enhance your mindset by picturing success and positive outcomes. This technique, used by athletes, performers, and leaders, helps you mentally rehearse peak performance, boosting motivation and focus in the process. Moreover, Stoic visualization isn't just about anticipating challenges. It also teaches us to reflect on how we can respond virtuously in both good and bad circumstances. For instance, after visualizing a tough conversation, ask yourself how you can remain calm, patient, and understanding, regardless of the outcome. Visualization, when done through the lens of Stoicism, strengthens not just your mental fortitude, but your character as well. 4. Reflect on daily experiences. Self-reflection is another cornerstone of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, made it a daily habit to reflect on his actions and thoughts. He would ask himself where he succeeded and where he could improve. This practice of daily reflection helps identify patterns in behavior, emotional reactions, and thought processes, enabling personal growth. For instance, after a challenging day at work, take a few minutes to reflect on your experiences. What went well? What didn't? Did you lose your temper in a meeting or act impulsively in a stressful situation? These reflections aren't meant for self-criticism, but for growth. By recognizing areas where you could have responded differently, you can make better choices in the future. Reflection helps you align your actions with your values, leading to better decision-making and emotional balance. It also gives you closure at the end of the day, allowing you to let go of lingering thoughts or frustrations. Through this continuous process of reflection, you develop a Stoic mindset focused on wisdom and personal development. To go further with Stoic reflection, try the evening review, a practice encouraged by Epictetus. Before going to bed, reflect on the day's events and ask yourself whether you acted in accordance with your principles. Did you manage your emotions well? Were you patient, kind, and wise? If not, what can you learn for tomorrow? Over time, this evening reflection becomes a powerful tool for improving self-discipline and moral strength. 5. Focus on what you can control. A foundational Stoic teaching is to focus on what you can control. The Stoics recognize that much of our stress arises from focusing on things beyond our control, other people's actions, external events, or circumstances. What we can control, however, are our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Epictetus famously said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This principle lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. When faced with adversity, it's easy to become overwhelmed by what is beyond our control. But the Stoics remind us that the only thing we can truly control is our response. When you feel stressed or overwhelmed, take a moment to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. For example, if you're stressed about a project deadline, focus on what you can control: your time management, your preparation, and your effort, while accepting that external factors, like others' decisions or unforeseen challenges, are beyond your control. By focusing only on what you can control, you free yourself from unnecessary anxiety and focus your mental energy on what truly matters, leading to greater emotional freedom and peace. Focusing on what you can control also helps you manage expectations. We often expect outcomes to align with our desires, but when we recognize that the outcome is beyond our control, we learn to accept whatever happens with grace. This acceptance, however, doesn't mean passivity. It means putting our best efforts into what we can control: our actions, attitudes, and reactions, and letting go of the need to control everything else. 6. Develop a routine. A structured routine is another essential practice of Stoicism. The Stoics understood that discipline and consistency were key to cultivating a resilient mindset. By establishing a daily routine, you create a foundation for positive habits and stay focused on your long-term goals. Your routine should reflect your values and priorities. It doesn't need to be rigid, but it should be consistent. Set aside time for daily reflection, reading, and mindfulness practice. Over time, these small actions compound, reinforcing Stoic principles and helping you build a stronger mental framework. A daily routine also prevents decision fatigue. By simplifying decisions and building structure into your day, you conserve mental energy for more important tasks. Whether it's dedicating time for physical exercise, mindful breathing, or personal reflection, a routine helps anchor your day and maintain mental clarity in the face of distractions. To create your own Stoic routine, start small. Dedicate a few minutes each morning to mindfulness or journaling. Reflect on your progress at the end of the day, and gradually expand your routine to include more Stoic practices like meditation, visualization, or learning from Stoic texts. This daily discipline not only sharpens your mind, but also brings more peace and control to your life. 7. Practice voluntary discomfort. Finally, a unique but powerful Stoic practice is the concept of voluntary discomfort, intentionally subjecting yourself to discomfort in order to build mental toughness. The Stoics believed that by embracing discomfort, we reduce our dependency on external comforts and strengthen our ability to endure challenges. For example, fasting for a day, taking cold showers, or practicing frugality are all forms of voluntary discomfort. These practices help build resilience and gratitude, reminding us that we don't need material comforts or ideal conditions to be content. In fact, by willingly facing discomfort, you gain confidence in your ability to handle life's unpredictable challenges. Voluntary discomfort helps you cultivate inner strength and flexibility, making you less dependent on external factors for happiness. By stepping outside your comfort zone regularly, you train your mind to be adaptable and resilient, qualities essential for navigating life's uncertainties. Incorporating this practice into your life may seem challenging at first, but start small. Try going without a luxury you normally take for granted, like your morning coffee or your smartphone for a few hours. These small acts of discomfort help build mental endurance and gratitude, teaching you that true happiness doesn't rely on external circumstances. Conclusion: by integrating these 7 practical Stoic strategies into your daily life, you can strengthen your mind, develop greater emotional resilience, and navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the world around us, we can always control how we respond. And in doing so, we reclaim our power, creating a life of peace, purpose, and fulfillment.